All right. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Okay, I am Sam. I've been with Archer for a little over a year now. Um, I saw Jody was trying to figure out like what kind of trainings everybody was wanting to get in on. So we decided everybody kind of had a mutual agreement on Disney, but everybody I think was a little too scared to jump in on it. So I'm taking the plunge. We're going to kind of do some of this together. There are some things that you will have to do on your own, and we'll go through that too. Today, I'm just going to kind of give you a little overview of like the College of Disney knowledge, and then show you everything that is entailed that Disney offers. Next week, we will start breaking it down and we will actually go through the copyright infringements. Disney is it's copyrighted. Anything Disney is copyrighted. So there are certain things you can post and a lot of things you cannot post. There are right ways to do it. There are wrong ways to do it. So I do advise you that before you post anything, a mock booking or anything, that you watch trainings on how to do it the right way. You do not want Disney to come back at you because they do. And then Archer can get in trouble with their agreement with them and everything. So please make sure you follow the rules. Number one, follow the rules. Okay, so let's see. All my tabs are kind of everywhere, so bear with me. There we go. All right. So we are going to I think it's this one. Okay, we're going to start with my little presentation. This is Disney Training with Sam Gibson. That would be me. I'm kind of breaking this into a series. So every Wednesday, same time, every Wednesday, at least through September. If I need to, we'll kind of go along through the months coming up because seasonal changes, events, things like that. I know that because Disney has like different things going on through the seasons. October, they have the Not So Scary, I think is what it's called. I think it is. Not So Scary Mickey's Not So Scary something. Christmas, they have holiday cruises. They have like a Christmas cruise that you can do. They also, I mean, if anybody's been to Disney World or Disneyland during the holidays, they revamp everything and they pretty much do it like overnight. It's amazing. But what we will be talking about, we're going to go through the Disney knowledge, and then we'll show you how to post on social media, what to post, how to post it, create your own little mini website. I love that. That way, anybody that goes through Disney, they come directly to you. Everything is directed back to you. And I will also show you how to get your discounted ticket. Okay. Yeah. Before you can post, like I said, step number one is you all want to register with Disney. So if you have not done that yet, we need to make sure that you do that. You can still book Disney. I'll even go through along the way and show you different vendors. Pleasant Holidays. I've done Disney bookings through Pleasant Holidays. A little bit cheaper sometimes. Had to kind of finagle because you can only buy tickets. You can get tickets through Evo Rewards, which is sometimes a lot less, and you can get instant commission from those. Because normally you do not get commission on like 1 day, 2 day tickets. Through Disney, I believe it's got to be a 3-day ticket or longer to get commission, right? And I do recommend when you do your Disney knowledge course, you definitely need to have a notebook. It took me, minus the technical issues I had during the Disney knowledge, it took, I would say almost a week to complete it all because there is just so much. It breaks every little thing down. So you're going to learn about all of it. And if you don't have the link, right here is the link. It's just disneytravelagents.com. If you need me to, let me know in the chat and I can share that link with you guys here in just a moment. Okay. So now I'm going to take you. This is the Disney Travel Agent website. Do you guys want that link in the chat? Do you need that? Let me see if I can. Okay, there it is.
Did you catch your hand? Did you catch your hand?
Okay. Okay. This is the Welcome to Disney Travel Agent. If you're already registered, obviously you just sign in over here. If this is your first time, you're going to create your new account. So I'm just going to click in here and kind of show you. You're going to put your first name, your last name, your email, your business email, however you need to. And this is just signing up an account. Once you get into creating an account, that's when it would most likely be asking you for some of the Archer information. Archer is your host agency. So if it says anything about host agency, that's what you need to put in is Archer's information. If it asks for a consortia, it should be under Travel Leaders Network, I believe is our consortia. If you guys go in and you have any problems with that, you can always contact me personally and I can help try and walk you through it. It's just once you've already registered, it kind of won't let you fill out all the new account stuff again. Okay, so I'm going to sign in. And the first thing you're going to see is everything about COVID. I kind of look through these because Disneyland Resort, being in California, they still have a lot of restrictions, a lot of COVID kind of protocols that you have to take if you're going to go through California. Some of the cruise lines too, and I also know Hawaii is slowly opening a lot of their stuff back up too, but not 100%. So if you do happen to book anything, make sure you read your COVID protocols because some of their destinations still require certain things. This is going to be your page. The very first thing you're going to do is you're going to go over here to training and benefits and click on your College of Disney Knowledge. I'm not going to go through each individual, like I'm going to kind of show you kind of the summary of each category. Because if you go into it, yeah, you can see. This one's 48 minutes long, 55 minutes long, 7 lessons. So there's a lot to learn in these. If you go over, once you completed it, this shows I've completed it. I can retake the course. I don't need to. But if you do that, just know that you have to go all the way back through the course. It doesn't take away like you've completed it, but it will, you can't like exit out sort of once you've started it. It's kind of weird. But these are some of the courses. Yeah. And you can see it breaks it down. This is the Aulani Resort. This is their one in Hawaii. So it breaks it down, introduction, and then the experience, accommodations. This is going to be a lot. Dining, that's always a lot. There's a lot of dining. And then it goes to different things. Conclusions, there is a little test in between each one of these that you will have to pass. That's why I highly, highly, highly recommend. I actually have an entire notebook just dedicated to Disney because of all the stuff that they have. Go back. So yes, this is a big thing. Gotta complete all of your Disney knowledge. Once you do that, if you go up here, these little icons right here, this is very important because a lot of people will finish all these basics and they think they're done. You're not done yet. So once you get through this, then you're going to go through the update and they have more. And then this is right here is actually going to be your College of Disney Knowledge Assessment. You have to complete this in order to get your certificate and your ticket once you graduate. These are just additional learning resources. You can see I'm still kind of going through some. But this is all some extras that they do. Wish is their new cruise line. So now they have 5 that they do. But these are different things that they have. Some of these you might be able to share. It'll tell you if you can or not. Because some of these are just their little promotional, like these little cruise line, it's only like a 2-minute video. Some of those you might be able to use for your marketing. And then you have advanced courses, which I haven't seen any pop up yet. I keep waiting. I keep checking. And then here's all your content. This is pretty much everything. This is your Adventures by Disney videos, your Aulani, Disney Cruise Lines, more Disney Cruise Lines, Disneyland, Good Neighbor Hotels overview. That's another thing we'll be looking at. So just kind of, it's pretty extensive, like I said. So make sure when you do it, you have a notebook and you are prepared and ready to put everything into it. Get back here. So I'm kind of breaking this down. Disney includes pretty much there's 4 main categories. You have Walt Disney World Resorts, which is in Florida, Disneyland in California, Disney Cruise Line, and then Disney Adventures. There are 4 Disney World theme parks. You've got Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. And then you also, Disney World is also the biggest, is a whole lot bigger than Disneyland. And there's a whole lot more parks, more adventures, more things to do. They even have like the sports, the ESPN Center, what was it? Disney Wilderness Lodge, things like that. But they also have 2 Disney World water parks. You've got Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach, and then it breaks it down into which categories or different areas of the parks. And then under each one of those, you're going to end up having all the rides and all the attractions and things like that listed too. I just kind of want to show you what I'm talking about. So we go to Disney World Resort. Circle of Death. That's all. And yes, you are right. Downtown Disney, Disney Springs. Yep. you've got all that for the shopping portion of it too. There's a lot to do. I used to live in Florida, so we used to go to Disney World like all the time. I think I've been there at least probably somewhere between 5 to 10 times. I kind of lost count somewhere. Our last trip there was like, I think in 2018. So I'm due for another trip. These are all, like I said, these are your theme parks. It's going to break it down. Magic Kingdom Park. And then it's got like things to do, attractions. If you view attractions, they have a whole bunch, and it keeps going and going and going. A lot of these are going to be your iconic. Magic Kingdom is pretty much the one that everybody wants to go to. That's got your Haunted Mansion. It's a small world. A lot of your classic historical rides. And it's very, very kid friendly. So that would be under that. And yes, you will learn a lot about most of those once you do your college. Where would I go? But you have your theme parks, and then it breaks down your water parks. And then you have your places to stay. This is another one that gets a little ongoing. You have the Disney Resorts collection, and then it gets broke down. This is basically telling you, this is going over why you want to stay at a Disney resort. They have a lot of magical things that they do. Sometimes, depending on which resort you stay in, you can get character meet and greets. They come through the hotels or the resort or the casino, or not the casino, sorry. That's a whole nother, another area. Disney doesn't have casinos. But then you've got your deluxe resorts, and it breaks it down. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them underneath that category. And it does that pretty much for all of them. So now you've got your deluxe villas, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of those. So like I said, it gets a lot. Okay. Sorry, guys. I will check the chat box as soon as I'm finished going through this, and then any questions we will get answered, I promise. Okay. But yeah, there's just a lot. So you've got your water parks. And then this is beyond the theme parks. There are 30 plus resorts and hotels that Disney offers. They have Disney deluxe resorts, villas, moderate resorts, value resorts, campgrounds. You got Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. And then there's a lot more great accommodations for those. Dining, you have over 200 dining options and locations. Online dining reservations, make reservations up to 60 days in advance of their resort arrival. Events, you have early admission and after hours park entry, Epcot Festival of the Arts, Garden Festival, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and a whole lot more. Like I said, they do seasonal events all year long. So Disney is constantly changing the park to go along with whatever season. My favorite is when I love going about April, because that's when Epcot does their garden festival, and they have all the tapestries and everything done up like the characters, like the Disney characters and stuff. And it is just, it's so pretty. And then there's more Disney magic, because then you get into the My Disney experience. That is a free mobile app for your clients to update their plans, keep track of show times, character locations, GPS maps, and more, to make their trip to go smoother, magical, and hassle-free as possible. You also have magic bands. Magic bands are kind of like a keyless entry. They can get their photos downloaded to it, unlock the doors at their resorts with it. You can also purchase things with it. They did give them out complimentary if you stayed at their resort, but from what I understand, they are no longer doing that. Now they are available upon purchase. And then you have the memory maker. That is where, if you purchase the memory maker, that takes all of their photos. That means everybody is included in the photos, one price, and you get unlimited downloads of their Walt Disney World vacation memories, including all their Disney Photo Pass photos from their vacation, photos captured on board 13 attractions, and videos captured on board 2 attractions. Exclusive experiences. I know we did one, and we took my mom for her birthday, first time to Disney World. She was like 50 years old, her 50th birthday. And she has a picture where she put her hands together and they put Tinkerbell in the middle of her hands. So it is like, it's pretty awesome. And I booked a client last year, and they did the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween. So they got a lot of those integrated pictures and photos with the Halloween themes and all the characters and things. It's pretty amazing. I definitely highly recommend doing this because they do make sure everybody in the party is in the photo, instead of like mom trying to take care, or take all the pictures and then she's not included. This is the Hawaii resort, Disney's resort and spa in Ko'olina, I think is how you spell it or pronounce it, Hawaii. Activities and accommodations. They have rooms, suites, villas, pools, beach activities, tours, shows and entertainment, shopping, excursions, golf, and in-room gifts and surprises. At the current moment, they are not doing the in-room gifts and surprises. However, keep checking. That's one of those COVID rules that we're waiting to get lifted. This is just kind of showing a little bit of their resort dining. They have table service, quick service dining, special dietary requests, online dining reservations. They've got a spa that offers spa therapies, outdoor hydrotherapy gardens, salon services, fitness, and wellness. And then we have Disneyland Resort, California. There are only 2 parks with Disneyland California. You got Disneyland Park, and then you got Disneyland California Adventure Park. Disneyland Park, they have the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Disney California Adventure Park has the Avengers Campus, along with a lot more. I can kind of show you. If you go to, oops, like, bear with me, I'm trying to get in a little bit of a, oops, destination. And they have their places to stay, and then here's their theme park. And this is going to list all the attractions. If you go right here, to attractions, you can see everything that is inside that park. Alice in Wonderland, Astro Orbiter, all of these different rides. So that helps because if your client happens to be looking for certain rides, you might be able to kind of help schedule them so that they hit the certain rides if they have like 3-day passes or things like that, hopper passes. Sometimes you can get rides in certain parks easier than other times. So that's something that I kind of look at with my clients too, is I try to help them get a little better understanding of where getting as much as they can out of their trip while they're there and the amount of time that they have. So that is good to know. A lot of these, like Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, that's kind of a popular one. It's a classic one. And that's just kind of going over some more of the activities and accommodation. Oh, no. There we go. Now I'm back on track. Okay. Now we're going to talk about Disney Cruise Lines. They have, like I said, they just added their 5th one this year. Disney Wish is their newest addition. They have 4 before that: Disney Dream, Disney Fantasy, Disney Magic, and Disney Wonder. These here are the destinations, just some of a few of the destinations that all their cruise lines go to. You got Alaska and Canada, Bahamas, Bermuda, Caribbean, Europe, Pacific Coast, Panama Canal, Transatlantic, Hawaii, Mexico, Disney's Castaway Cay in the Bahamas. That's their own private island, which they do offer tours and stuff that you can go just to their private island. Oops. You guys are... Nope, I just did that. Okay, this is the one that I didn't know Disney had. This kind of excites me. I'm actually looking into possibly planning maybe an Alaskan adventure with them. This is Adventures by Disney. This is a completely different thing from the cruises and the theme parks. This actually takes you to the places, and you actually get 2 tour guides normally. Everything is included, and they take you on your own little private adventures. They have land adventures, private adventures, river cruises, escapes. The little escapes, most of those are kind of like you can do pre and post off Disney Cruise Line escapes. Adult exclusive adventures, destinations. They have Africa and Asia, Central and South America, Europe, North America, and then Disney parks around the world. So okay, not quite there yet. So let me show you. Adventures by Disney. And I don't know why more people actually don't know about this. But it's basically that they take you you can do like a guided group tour to different destinations around the world. When you travel with Adventures by Disney, you do so knowing your trip will be a unique, hassle-free experience that includes the conveniences and world-class service you expect from Disney. Excuse me. Let's see. Let's go here. Like I said, I'm kind of looking into more of this. Every adventure tells a story. They have outstanding accommodations. When you're out, like say if you go to Africa, you're more going to be glamping. They're going to have like glamping tents to deluxe river boats to 16th century castles to 5-star hotels for your accommodations wherever you travel to. Transportation and travel transfers are included. The only thing that I know of is that in order, you'll have to probably just get the flight to the actual starting destination, which is usually somewhere in the USA, United States. You'll get there, and then any kind of travel abroad or anything, it'll be all included in your package. Some of them you have VIP access and private events. That would be like the Sistine Chapel in Italy. I actually got to go there. I actually went through a tour with Trafalgar and I loved it. It was amazing. So if you do tours, I recommend them because they are so much fun. A tour with Disney. Like I said, I'm a Disney fan, Disney fanatic. I love Disney. I don't even have school age kids anymore, and that's all that's on my TV like all day long when I'm home. And most of your meals during the trip, those are all included too. So let's and I think this is where it tells you, yeah, you have adventure guides that do storytelling, in-depth local knowledge. Normally you'll have a Disney trained adventure guide, and then once you get to your destination, you also usually will have a local guide too, to kind of guide you guys through whatever it is to make it very authentic. It's hassle-free travel. Magical moments, you still get those magical Disney fun moments. Sometimes Mickey might stop or show up on your African tour or adventure or something like that. Sometimes on the cruises, they might have characters, things like that. And they have things for everybody. Like I said, it shows they have adult friendly ones that are just exclusive for adults. They have private tours. So once you get into your Disney knowledge, make sure you check out the Disney Adventures. Right here, these are other Disney vacations. This is basically the Disney parks around the world. You have Disneyland Paris, Hong Kong Disneyland, Tokyo Disney Resort, Shanghai Disneyland, Disney's Hilton Head Island Resort, and Disney's Vero Beach Resort. So those are different resorts that they have also, and some extra theme parks around the world. They also do National Geographic expeditions. They have signature trips, land trips, river cruising, and private expeditions. And Disney transportation. Once you get to Disney, a lot of the good neighboring hotels will have complimentary shuttles or buses to and from the Disney parks. Just make sure when you're booking your client for one of those that they do offer the complimentary transportation. Once you are at the park, there are 3 different ways to get in. I guess once you're at the resort, there are 3 different ways to get to the parks. You have bus transportation, water transportation, which is a ferry ride that'll take you to Magic Kingdom. You have the monorail. Monorail is always fun because it actually goes through the Grand Floridian on its way into the Magic Kingdom. And I think that one goes to Epcot. I can't remember if it's Animal Kingdom. You have the Disney Skyliner. There are certain resorts. I know the Dolphin Resort and the Swan, I believe both of those offer the Skyliner. I do know that because of COVID, they had it shut down, but I do believe that is back up and running. And like I said, most good neighbor hotels and stuff will offer complimentary transportation to and from airports and the parks. So for our Disney week 1 review, I just wanted to go over with you guys, there are 11 plus theme parks around the world, 30 plus resorts, hotel accommodations, 20 plus expeditions and adventures, 200 plus dining locations and options, 4 plus transportation options, and 5 plus cruising options. That's just their 5 main cruises too, their cruise line. That's not including the river cruises, and all the other little cruises that they do off of the expeditions and the adventures. And there's still so much more. I'm trying to get everything into an hour, so that's why I'm breaking this down throughout the weeks, because there's a lot. Okay. And then this is basically just, if you have any questions for me, I'm going to open it up for questions now. And if you would like to, this is my contact information. Just look for me. My name is Samantha Gibson. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, in the Horizon chat, in the Horizon groups. And I always try to make myself available for any questions. Okay. So now I'm going to open it up. If you guys want to unmute, you can do it that way. And I'm going to stop the share.
Sam, this is random, but I know another Sam Gibson, but she's from the from UK, so I just think it's funny.
Hey, maybe it's my sister. I don't have a sister, but you know, I always wish for one. Does anybody have any questions so far? Because I know some of you may have gotten through, have your certificate, and some of you may not yet. That's kind of why I was starting with the first of it, just kind of going through a little bit of what all you're going to be learning once you do your Disney College of Knowledge. And I will let you know that is something you have to do annually. Every year, you have to go back in and redo your assessment, kind of update your assessment. They will have updates. So you need to go and check it every year from the time that you did it initially, and you'll just have to redo it to get your perk for the next year. Okay. Yeah, Ash, I agree. Like, I haven't gone to California yet. My son is actually stationed in San Diego right now. So I'm trying to kind of plan a little trip that way and possibly check out Disneyland. Like I said, I lived in Florida for, I think we were there for about 5 years. I had friends and stuff. So my mom's friend kind of worked there, so we used to get in all the time for next to nothing. If I had this at that time. But yeah, I absolutely love Disney World. My question for California, do you have like afternoon rainstorms or something that like come out of nowhere? Like, I tell all my Disney clients, when they go to Disney World between 3 p.m. and about 4 p.m., expect a monsoon, and it's only going to last for about 20 minutes, and then the rest of the day it'll be sunshine. But I always tell them, make sure you take a poncho, make sure you take like an umbrella, or get somewhere between this time. You have to be inside.
Yeah, no, we almost never get rain in the first place. It's a big issue. We're a big drought state. So it's way more likely to recommend to those visiting either the California parks that like you just want to make sure you have a windbreaker. You want to have a sweater, because Anaheim is close enough to the coast that it gets all of the like sea-based fog and the overcast sky. So it's like, remember a jacket and also remember your sunscreen, both of those simultaneously. But we hardly ever get rain without it being like all day.
I was like, yeah, you should go to Florida. I'll go to California and we'll kind of swap a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I promise you, it never failed. It was like I had an alarm every day at the same time because then it didn't matter where you were in Florida, it was going to rain this time to this time every day.
The first time I did Walt Disney World, it surprised the crap out of me as a Californian. I was just like, oh, this is a thing. Okay, all right. I understand now. It just rains. Okay.
Right. Is there anybody that has any questions? Come on, talk to me.
I do. Hi, how are you? I'm like all over the
Hi.
place. My name is Vanessa. I started back in June. But my question is regarding when you purchase the tickets, because it asks you, go into the calendar to see if it's available. And then, so then after you purchase, because I was just like browsing for a family that is planning to go in December. I don't know if they're going to end up buying tickets to go to Disney World because they're only there from like Friday to Monday. So after you purchase it, do you have to go back in and because I didn't go through with it. I still have to go through the trainings, which is a lot. And I heard something about you have to reserve or something like that. Like after you purchase the ticket, then you have to go in and assign the date. I don't know. It's a little bit confusing for me.
Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna kind of here.
Oh my God,
when you are, what was that?
I said they're expensive.
They are. I honestly, I love Disney World. I really, really do. Like, it's been my whole thing. However, I booked pretty much my first booking when I started this was Disney. A friend of mine, a past coworker, her and her whole family. So it's a family of 5, my very first booking. And I'm like, oh Lord, okay, here we go. And I got through it and it was good and everything was great. I added but my thing was I found resorts on different suppliers that Disney themselves was not offering. They were showing that they were unavailable. So it did I had to kind of call and I was calling each supplier and I was calling Disney trying to figure out, okay, why? Because the only thing is if you book it through a different supplier, sometimes they may not get the same perks, I guess, as if they book through Disney.
Gotcha.
So that's another thing you kind of gotta be careful about. Okay, so let's see. We're just gonna say I love Halloween. So you're saying for about 4 days they were talking?
Yeah.
2 adults, 2 kids?
Yes.
Okay. And we're just gonna pick random. Do they have a specific hotel or they're just doing tickets, right?
They want us to stay on it, but it's like they're on a budget, and I'm like, I mean, I checked. I did it 2 ways. I went into Vax, and I checked through Vax, and then I did it, which in Vax I can add everything because they need hotel, they need air, they need car, and they need the tickets. And then through which came up to like almost $3,000, but they're on a budget, so okay. So then I did it through Disney without the flights, and it was came up to like $2,000. That's not including the flight, so it would come up with the flights. I mean, it will still come up to the same thing.
Yeah,
but I was just like, yeah. it's a little complicated because then I'm like, okay, so I just quoted them without the Disney tickets, and I just found another hotel, another resort in Florida, in Orlando, and I quoted them that,
That's
which came up to like, I don't know, like $1,200.
right.
And
Yeah,
then
I
if
was
they
gonna
want to
say
add tickets, then
if you
I
can
mean,
kind of split it. I
mhm.
went when I did mine, I did the resort, like I booked the resort through Pleasant Holidays. So much cheaper. And I got a resort that had pretty much everything they wanted. It
Okay,
had
I'm
like a
gonna.
private beach, it had like the Skyliner, it had like a pool, water activities. I even got them a room where their balcony overlooked Epcot. So her daughter like pretty much camped out on the balcony every night because she could see the ball at
Oh,
Epcot.
nice. Well, I
So
haven't checked through Pleasant Holidays. I only did Fun Jet, so I'm
yeah.
gonna check Pleasant Holidays
Yeah,
too to
I
see
would
what they
check
have.
them because a lot of times, I don't know, that their prices were just better and they include a little bit more. Like you can add the car rental, the flights and things like that to that too.
Mm.
As far as tickets though, the only places I have found that you can get the tickets is either through Disney or you can do it on Evo Rewards. Evo Rewards, which is your My Deals through your travel cafe,
Mhm.
back office. If you go into
Oh,
your if you go into your Evo Rewards, you can get Disney tickets usually discounted quite a bit. So if you do
okay.
and then you can add an instant commission on those also. So that way,
Oh,
like if you're saving them $50 a ticket or something, you can kind of add like $25 extra and it still is less than what they would get it anywhere else. And then you're
mm.
making that money right in your pocket. I'm trying to see. I have to move this down. Well, there we go. Okay. Um, if it's going to do-
I mean, the tickets when I checked them, they came up to like almost $700. I think it was
They're a lot.
677.
They're a lot. That's why I kind of push people more towards Universal Studios. I know
Yeah,
that
and I
I
was
shouldn't,
talking.
but
I
if they
know.
stay, that's another thing too. You can stay, you can book them. Like say you if Disney resorts are a little on the high end, so you can also book them at Universal Studios resorts. And there is a shuttle, there's a transfer, like a bus that will take them from Universal to the Disney parks. So they would have transportation because sometimes it's a little bit cheaper to do it that way too. And they get some of the universal
Perks.
ambiance included in it.
My sister
You
was
might
just in
check that
Florida,
too.
and she said that she enjoyed better going to Universal than Walt Disney.
That's kind of what I get too. It's a 50-50. But a lot of the times you can just they get more for their money if you kind of, I don't want to say like piece it together, but if you can piece it together and save them more money, you will definitely have a client forever. I promise you will. Because everybody wants to go to Disney World.
I
So
haven't
it's
been.
just a
I mean, I've
matter
been.
of if they can afford it. And then, yeah, $109 and that's just a standard ticket.
Yeah, that's not even.
Okay, so this right here,
View calendar, yeah.
are we just doing like one day or was it multiple days or?
The thing is, they get there on Friday afternoon, right? So they basically lose a day. Saturday, they're going to a Suite 15, so it makes no sense to do like a 2-day And then
Mhm.
Sunday, I was thinking only Sunday, and then they go back on Monday.
And they're
So
going to be
one day.
exhausted.
Exactly. I was thinking just one day.
But
So
if
it's like,
oh, whoops. Okay, so let's try a 1 day.
and it's like in December.
Well, thank you,
So
dear.
December's gonna be kind of chilly.
So if they just did the one park, okay, I'm just gonna go through this. But once you get to the end, basically what you're doing is they have to, once you actually get the ticket. Okay, and this is showing, this is where all parks are available. So we'll say that day. Sorry, I'm gonna move my tabs over again. So we want 2 for that, and then, oh, well, yeah, 2 for that one, and then 2 for this one. And that's what it's going to show as your subtotal. Once you do this, though, if you go to continue, it's going to give you the total. Check your cart. You can continue shopping. These are all the extra things that you can do. Once they book their tickets, what they need to do is, I usually have them sign up on the My Disney Experience app, and then they have to reserve for whichever day, because when you buy those tickets, you can say for like Tuesday, September 13th. So if that's the day they're going to go, they have to definitely call and reserve that day. And they can do that on the Disney app. They can just go in and it's just a quick reservation thing. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was started with COVID, because they have to have a head count on how many people are allowed in the parks at certain times. So that's why they do it that way. That way, if you reserve that you're going to be there on, say, Tuesday, September 13th, you have your ticket for that day, you have to call and reserve that you're going to be there that day. That way they get a head count. But yes, they do have to do both. I did have a friend of mine that was going to book through me, and then he didn't. They did it themselves, and they did not do that. They did not reserve that day, and it caused a big headache once they got to the park. So definitely make sure that they sign up with the Disney My Experience app, and they reserve the day that they're going along with whatever is on their ticket.
Do you know when you can find?
An
Sorry.
important thing to know about this, though, is that if you're doing any of the California parks, you actually have the option through the Disney travel agent to purchase both the ticket and make the reservation at the same time. So like, it's good for agents to know that like the Florida reservations have to be handled separately. California, you can do it for your clients and remove that extra step for them.
Right.
Nice. Yeah, because that's like, I was a little bit confused, and I get a little bit nervous because of everything that I've heard about Disney.
If they are Florida too, I think if they were to, because I had my clients give me like their information to their My Experience or their Disney Experience thing. So I went in and just kind of did it all for them. You can, if they trust you enough, you can do it that way too. And I think I was trying to remember the last one I booked. I can't quite remember if I reserved it for them or if they did. I think it was that I just reminded them, and I kept sending them, like reminders for their Disney app that, okay, you need to go in and do this because I don't have access to it. So get it done. Otherwise, you're not going to get into the park. And they will kind of turn you down. So don't think that they won't. It's not like on the TV shows where you come all that way and they do, oh, Disney magic, and they let you in anyway. No, they don't.
It's a good idea to include the links and maybe a couple step-by-step directions in emails after your clients have booked with you. Because it also means like later on, if you check in with them and they haven't done it, you can just go in and copy and paste all of that information that you've already written before and send it to them again.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
That helps a lot. I just gotta get through the training. I did the Marriott training and that was long. And I'm just like, I gotta do the Disney training too. It's so long as well. But I gotta do it because a lot of people are asking me, are you
That
doing
was
Disney?
the first one I did when I signed up with Archer, and I'm glad I did because it was probably the longest one I've done. Except for,
Yeah.
I think I take that back. Which one was it? There was some resort or hotel chain that I did not realize how many hotels they actually owned. I can't. I want to say it was
Marriott is big.
Marriott.
Princess is also another like long haul. You got to sit down for a while with Princess.
I'm still trying to get through my Norwegian, so that's another one.
I think the cruise lines, it's a little bit longer because they're trying to get you to understand a lot about like the features of their specific
Right.
ships and their itineraries. I know Marriott's another big one though. Like it's lengthy. It took me a couple evenings to get through my
that's
Marriott.
the one because I didn't realize that the Ritz and all that was under Marriott. Or yeah, I think it's no.
Yeah,
The
it
Ritz
is Marriott.
under,
Marriott
yeah, I
is
think
like
it is
Ritz
Marriott.
Carlton, St. Regis.
Yes,
It's all of the
okay. It
W's.
was.
They've got
I
like
was kind of. I was
three
like, wait a
tiers.
second, was it Hilton or was it the? I've done so many. Like that's the other hard part is keeping everything in track. I was trying to find where's it at? Oh, there it is. Vanessa, I was going to show you if you're still on. This is the Disney experience, and I would definitely check into that. And that kind of tells you how to get them to upload the app and everything that's included with their My Disney experience.
Got it. Thank you. Yeah, I wrote it down. So but I need to get to those trainings.
And when
since I
you
have
do
a
the training for this, I think it does have like a PDF, like step by step on how they sign up with it and all the different things that they can do for it.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, because I'm a little bit like on the edge when it comes to Disney until I get that down packed. But thank you so much, Sam.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna have to get off. I have to go to the post office now. Like,
Okay.
and then I have the
Jessica,
baby,
are you
so
still
it's
want
like,
to learn? Okay, purchase tickets on the app. I know if you go into like up here, where's that? Sorry, I'm trying to get to some of your questions before we have to get off here. I know right here in this area, this is where you can retrieve your reservations, the reservation center, and this is also how to book guide. But this is where you would retrieve any of your stuff. There's your ticket orders. Is that what you were kind of looking for, or are you talking about like on the Disney app? Boys, sorry, my dogs are deciding that they're having a conversation outside. Okay, on the My Disney app. Let's see. Boy, shush. Oh my goodness. I apologize. They're having a moment. It should be, I want to say as soon as they, hold on, right here. Linking theme park tickets. Is that kind of? Is this kind of what you're looking for? This kind of information right here. This is showing that your tip one, before linking their theme park tickets, your client should set up their additional party members on the family and friends section. Once this has been completed, your client should assign one theme park ticket to each of the party members. Or can you not find them at all? Okay, I'm glad. Yeah, if you go into it, it's under My Disney Experience, and then it's got some tips right here. And it will, that's what I think I was, yeah, that's what I was looking for a minute ago, because this will tell you. And then it also has like general tips too. This will give them like kind of information on actually how to use their app. All right, awesome. All right, guys, I'm kind of over time a little bit. Does anybody else have any quick questions for me before we sign off for today? No? Crickets? Monica, are you good? Everything good? Okay. All right, guys. Well, I hope you join me next Monday. We're going to get into the next phase of it. We're going to start going through the copywriting so I can show you how to post on your social media. So if you haven't done the trainings, if you need a refresher, make sure you go through your Disney knowledge. Any questions that you might have, make sure you have them ready. I always try to get some time at the end for Q&As. It's going to be on Wednesdays, every Wednesday for through September at 11 a.m. PST time. Yeah, I confused myself because I'm 1 o'clock my time. And I was thinking somebody else, like we were overlapping, and I was like, no. And then I was like, oh, no, yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's going to be every Wednesday, 11 o'clock PST time. If you also want to join me on some other little tidbits and things, any questions, things like that, I do a Keep It Simple on Mondays, same time, 11 a.m. PST time. So thank you guys for coming, and I hope to see you next Monday. Have a magical day. Bye.